Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be on this Borgified Warship Trailblazer. To be specific, the Warship Voyager skin, but yes. So, captains, little backstory on this. About 4 months ago, fellow captain here and a supporter of what we do here on the bridge. Shout out to Kurland, sir, aka Sparky Villager. He redeemed on the Twitch bridge a theme night, which is 100k channel points. And his theme was Borg. So we did a stream about 4 months ago and we forgot to share the build. So what we're gonna do is go over the build, go over the weapons, space set, consoles, trade station, DOFs, and then take it into an elite Argala. But before we do that, captains will kind of show you a little glimpse of what we did there in case you missed it. Just a quick little view here of how we kind of did the Borg night for Kurland. As you can see, we kind of made our overlay to be a Borg theme. This was a GIF that was essentially on here. I'll play it a little bit here so you can see that, and it was just a 100k channel redeem, and this is what we did. So for 100k channel points, captains, you can order us to do a theme night and we will do our best to kind of live up to that theme. So again, that was about 4 months ago, and we forgot to do 4 or 5 months ago, and forgot to do a sort of build for it, and so here we are. So go over the build here. Yes, we are on the ISS Warship Trailblazer, the Terran Trailblazer Science Warship, which of course comes from the 12th anniversary Terran bundle. And as you can see, captains, we Borgified the monkey out of this ship. There was no trying to hide the Borgified bits here, and I believe we made Kurland proud when we did this, and this was actually a really fun build to do. So let's share what we did here, Cap, shall we? So again, we were going for the whole Borg theme, and we all know they have green weapons, all these bits and bobs that are coming out of their ships, the hulls. And so our thinking was, yeah, they stole the ship, they took over the ship, they Borgified it, and they made the Warship Trailblazer even meaner. So, but they also did retrofitting of their weapon systems, and this is what we came up with. So, for weapons, we have the enhanced biomolecular photon torpedo. Captains, this is still one of the hardest hitting torpedoes in game. You can get this from your Undine rep. As you can see there, crit DM damage 4. Now we're gonna go a little old school here. We're gonna use the Omega Plasma Torpedo Launcher. I have not used this in a hot minute. This comes from your Omega rep. So Borg, Omega Plasma, there you go. And it's green. So this enhanced biomolecular photon torpedo is green. So as you can see here, captains, we're gonna carry that green theme all over the place here. So then we're gonna go with the Romulan Hyperplasma Torpedo Launcher. Again, something that we have not used in a long time. This is from your Romulan rep. And again, it's green weapons, green torpedoes. So we have 3 green torpedo launchers that we're gonna be using here. So the last weapon up here is the Assimilated Plasma Dual Beam Bank. Of course, you can see we rolled that to damage 3. We just got this off the exchange caps. So the Borg took out the phasers and put in their assimilated plasma dual beams. Yes. So for the space set, we have the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector, which you can get from your fleet colony. Our Sec Def here is a deteriorating secondary deflector, which we just got from the exchange a long time ago. We have the Prevailing Innovative Impulse Engines. Of course, this is from your competition rep. And we still have the Mycelia Harmonic Antimatter Core and the Laser View Pending Modified Shield from the Discovery rep. Now our aft weapons. Again, we have another Assimilated Plasma. This time it's a beam array. As you can see, we roll that to damage 3. Now, because this is a sort of command ship, or a command ship, we did want to put at least one mine here. So we decided to go with a hard-hitting mine here. It's the Elite Fleet Genora Tribe Cobalt Mine Launcher. This you can get from your fleet colony as well. And of course, lastly here in the aft, we have the Kinetic Cutting Beam. It's been a hot minute since we've used this. As you can tell, we haven't even upgraded it yet, but that's okay. It's just here for the looks, just to look the parts. This, of course, you can get from your Omega rep as well. This, when I started playing 2014 Captains, was pretty much almost a part of a lot of the meta, quote-unquote, meta builds there, or the high-performing ones, and we're bringing it back with this Borg theme build. Devices, we have our Kobayashi Maru transponder for its buff goodness. We have our Torpedo Candy for its plus 30% bonus projectile damage for 20 seconds. Temporal Negotiator to help with our cooldowns. And of course, our Subspace Field Modulator for its damage resistance rating. Consoles, we have the Lorca's Custom Fire Controls, or the Lorcator from your Discovery rep. 3.9 crit chance, and also 157.5 Starship Shield Pen. Not too bad. Now, here we go. We're going to use some also Borg theme consoles, starting with a Dispersing Nanoprobe Assimilator. Captains, we got this from a previous event there that awarded this. I believe it was one of the Terran events. So what this does is it's a area of effect, plasma damage for 3 clicks, but also it creates ramming Borg ally if defeated. So this is, hopefully we're going to make some friends in space while we pews. So again, this is an event reward. If you missed on this, Captains, most likely they will put this back in the Mud Store. So there could be a chance that they will put this, or in the Phoenix Prize Pack, hopefully in the Phoenix Prize Pack. Now we're going to continue to use our Emulating Phaser Lance because this is the Warship Voyager, and it does have a lot of the pew-pew bits here. We'll show that off in a bit. This is from your Deimos Pilot Destroyer, which you can get from your event campaign. If you haven't gotten it yet, Captain, this was our first choice here when this first event campaign came out. We got this, but it does give us the 15.8 phaser damage. We don't have any phasers here, but that's okay. We're using it for the shield pen a little bit, but also, again, it does have a bunch of the cannon bits on this, so why not? Continuing on here, we still are using our opening salvo because I love this console. It gives us 21.4 Starship Weapon Specialization, improves our critical chance with weapons, but also when we use this, it fires quantums and also takes the shields down, which Borg love to do. Still keeping in theme. Now, we are using the Temporal Vortex Probe. This was also an event reward we got a while ago, a long time ago. And I believe you can get this now in the Mud Store. But this does give you 19% exotic damage, 13.92 turn rate, and 12.5 cooldown reduction on Temporal Operative Bridge Officer abilities. We don't have that, but we're using it because it is a Borg type thing. And this was kind of used in, well, console. In First Contact, when the animation looks exactly like that. So you're going to see this, Captains. You're going to use that. Again, we got this from an event a long time ago. I believe it was the First Contact event. Could be wrong, Captains. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Now we're going to use our Tri-Cobalt Tear Launcher. Of course, this is going to give us 19% mine and torpedo damage, plus 47.5 Starship Shield Pen, so not bad. But this also looks like an awesome quantum salvo. And again, keeping with the theme of the ship and all its bits and bobs that you can see there. It has all this, but again, we'll go over the model there. You can see it has all that. There's that phaser lances. That's why we're using that. Of course, the Voyager, we know, has a lot of torpedo launchers. So this, of course, comes from your Tier 16 runner. The Appalachian Blockade. We're going to use a Point Defense Bombardment Warhead for its plus 25% projectile damage. And cute 1% critical chance. This you can get from any version of the NX. Now, of course, we are pairing this up with the DPRM, the Dynamic Power Distributing Module. This comes from your Atlas, aka the prototype Dreadnought, which you can also get from your campaign events. 11.3 all damage resistance rating and 19% directed energy damage. And its clicky is a great oh crap button, but it also gives you plus 40% bonus damage while your hull is above 80%. Plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating. 500% hull regen. Of course, a two-piece with the warhead. Does give us 33% phaser damage, but we don't have that much phaser weapons here other than the emulating phaser lance. And also, this does come with an integrated lance, so hopefully it's boosting that. If not, it's okay. Still a great oh crap button. Now, we're going to also use the Universal Multi-Directional Artillery Barrage. So it's plus 20% all damage with projectile weapons. Gives us a little bit maximum hull capacity. Now, this comes from your Smexy Lexi, the Lexington from the 12th anniversary Terran bundle. Again, because of all the bits and bobs weapons added onto Warship Voyager model here, we're going to say yes. Just yes. Now we're going to use also the Assimilated module. This comes from your Omega Rep. And of course, it does give a visual of the nodes on your hull, but you can actually turn that off if you'd like. But this gives us a 1.2% critical chance, but also 12.1 critical severity, so not that bad. Now, this is part of a set here. Now, what this does, because we only have here, so we have a two-piece going on here, 2.5% chance when firing weapon to gain Omega Amplifier 5 seconds, plus 10% weapon power, plus 500% power drain resistance, and of course, minus 500 weapon power cost. So, nothing too bad, nothing to sneeze at. It's there, we're using it, but of course we actually have all three pieces here. I forgot we had the Omega torpedo on there. But this actually does include that in it has a kinetic cutting beam, the Omega plasma torpedo launcher, and universal assimilated module. Totally forgot this came with the weapon, the bonus set. So yes, we have all set. We have a set 3. Reactive deflection, 1% chance when hit to set hull resistance to approximately 75% for 2 seconds. This cannot occur more than frequently other than every 30 seconds. So not bad. Gives it a little defensive rating there for us. So we're going to take it. We're going to use the ferrofluid hydraulic assembly. This is from your Terran rep. Of course, for its minus 0.5 second shared torpedo recharge time for our 3 torpedoes up there in the 4. And of course, we're going to use the retrofit assimilator. This I just got from the exchange. I believe this came from the BORG lockbox. But what this does is when we defeat a BORG, when we fire this beforehand, it will turn that into an enemy. And captain, if you use this on the Voth Citadel ship in the Voth battle zone, hilarity will ensue, I promise you. Try it out. Again, we just got it from the exchange. Now, in terms of visuals, I don't normally use a lot of visuals, but this time we decided to do so. So the deflector, we're using the counter command deflector array. Of course, this is from your Undine rep. And this is just visual. So this just gives us that green glowing deflector there. And I thought just was fitting. It was very fitting. We're using the assimilated sub-transwarp engines from, again, the Omega rep. I didn't want to use the deflector from the BORG rep because it just I didn't like the prongs coming out of it. Didn't look right. At least with this, it looked a little cleaner. And of course, we're using the shields as well. The assimilated regenerative shields, or the look that it's giving there. That you see there, which will go before we go for the pew-pews. Now, stat-wise, what we have working here is 37.1% crit chance and crit severity of 164.1%. Captains, keep in mind my Pendevers are ranked all the way to 600. Yes, I have 150 points to spend, but I am choosing to do this for 2 reasons. One, when this first came out, when they first extended the Pendevers, there was a bug where when you use the points on your captain, you'd be locked into that one captain. But secondly, I like to do more with less. So this is just to prove that you don't necessarily need to have the max Minerva rating to get through the content here in Star Trek Online, especially for the new captain. So there you go. That's helping us with our crit chance, crit severity, and all of our space stats. So now we're going to go to our specialization. Same thing, intelligence officer, primary, and our temporal is secondary. Traits, this is what we have going on. A good day to die. Of course, hot pursuit for our mines, or mine. Self-modulating fire, into the breach. Rear projectile training. Kinetic precision. Unconventional systems. Terran targeting systems. Intelligence, agent attaché. And the Boimler effect. For our starship traits, this is what we going on. Oof, we have the rapid emitting and so again, this spits out plasma torpedoes, and Borg actually love plasma torpedoes. This is purple though, but it's okay. They modified it. Sure. Now, there might be a chance I might read myself. I will try not to, but this does come with that risk, but we're going to use it. We're going to use universal designs. One of my favorite traits, the assault formation theta. While using attack pattern omega, this is going to grant us a high yield 3 torpedo. One of my favorite firing modes for torpedoes. Carrier wave shield hacking. This, of course, when using tractor beam, takes off the shields, but when we also do that, pairing up with 3, we are also spitting out torpedoes. So we're going to try to take their shields down, and again, Borg love taking your shields down. So you can see here, this is still carrying on with the theme in our starship traits. We're using entwine tactical matrices for back-to-back torp spreads and ceaseless momentum. Space reputation, we have precision, advanced targeting systems, omega kinetic shearing, torpedo pre-fire sequence, and Tyler's duality. And for active space reputation, we have anti-time entanglement singularity, biomolecular shield generator, force challenge, quantum singular manipulation, if I remember to use it, because it cloaks us for 5 seconds at least. Refractory tension on cascade as well. Stations left to right, top to bottom, this is what we did. So we have structural integrity collapse, emit unstable warp bubble, eject warp plasma. So again, carrying on with the plasma theme with Borg. So beam fire at will, cannon scatter volley. This will give us our back-to-back torp spreads, and here is our attack pattern omega 1. So we get the benefits of attack pattern omega 1, plus we get a high yield torpedo 3. So not bad. Hematite laced weaponry and dispersal pattern beta for the mines is what we decided to do. Emergency powered engines, of course. And for our command side station here, we went with tractor beam. This is going to give us our tractor beam, taking the shields off, shooting out hyperplasma torpedoes, scramble sensors, of course, concentrate firepower 3, and call emergency artillery 3 as well. So now we go to our dopes. Here to our dopes. Now we have the 2 ground helping us in space. Of course, Neil Falconer. Increased damage versus Zeeberg. Versus ourselves. Elder Milikatan. For space, increased damage versus all. For our active space, we have 3 projectile weapons officers. 2 of them, which will give us a chance to stack crit severity when we fire projectiles. And the 1, the chance to reduce time to recharge our mines. Emergency con officer. Recharges our evasive maneuvers when emergency power to engines is activated. Lyrene, increased damage versus the Berg, and we're going to use Brad Boimler. Why? Because a chance for toxic clouds from torpedoes, or just as toxic clouds from torpedoes, because why not? There you go, captains. That is the build, and again, this is how she looks like. All those weapon nodes there, or Borg bits and pieces. You can see it there, the green glow from the deflector. There's the impulse engines there that look that it gives you on the warp 1 warp nacelle. So again, huge shout out to Kurland. Thank you, sir, for that redeem. Sorry it took us a while to get this here onto the YouTube bridge to share with our fellow captains. But what we're going to do next is we're going to take this into Gala and see how it does. And again, I might just read myself. So we'll go here to patrols. And let's go to see the Kazon, which is kind of fitting with Voyager. So you got to admit that, Captain. So again, Captains, keep in mind, this is just for fun. We're just having fun here.
Tactical alert.
Ooh.
Vessel approaching, bearing 184, Mark 7.
We're still going to red alert. Hey, here we go, Caps. Oh. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. There's a lot of Borg goodness there. Hyperplasma torpedoes. Again, these, look at that, look at that, look at that. These won't hurt me. The purple ones will, but these green ones won't. This is from the Romulan ones, I believe. But again, I haven't used them in a long time, so yeah, it's fully buff here. Let's see if we can make some friends here. Upgrade our torpedo. A friend. Woo. Woo. A lot of pew-pew goodness. There's the toxic clouds. Again, those hyperplasma torpedoes. So you can see the green torpedoes. We're just making it rain torpedoes, Captains. See if we can make a friend here. And we did! Yes! There is some friends. We made 2. We made 2. So just green. The whole theme here is working perfectly. Let's take their shields out. Let's do that. Woo. Woo. Sorry, got a little excited. A lot of torpedo goodness happening here. Oh my dear lord. Oh, we made another friend. Woo. Let's go. I think this is probably one of the funnest builds I've ever done because of just the theme, how everything just kind of, for me at least, kind of just came together. Just a barrage, and there's a temporal vortex there, Captains. There you go. Again, we're going full-on Borg theme here. Need some torp candy, why not? Yeah, don't get too close. I think I almost read myself. Let's see if we can hit the lance going here. Ooh. Just absolute madness. I love it. Just you don't know how much my face hurts, Captains, from just laughing right now or smiling. It's working out so much better than I thought it would, to be honest. There? Oh, look, we're in the last group here. Are you sure about that, sir? I don't think so. Just absolute Borg cues. Oh, you're done. Sorry. That was just good. All right, captains, go over here. Excuse me, sir. We're gonna go here for our shelfies. Captains, if you don't know what those are our ship selfies. Let's pick a good angle here, and we'll give our final conclusions, okay? Let's make sure she's seen here in all her glory. Captains, there you go. That is how it did, and I think it did absolutely wonderful. Again, huge shout out to Kurland for the theme night redeem. Sorry, it took us a while to get this out there to share with everyone, but as you can see, captains, it did well. It was really fun. And again, that's just kind of what we do here on the bridge, is just pew pews for fun and just show that as long as you kind of synergize your build, you can make things work for you. And again, this is just enough for our nightly pew pew shenanigans. This was on Elite. We normally just use with our fellow captains under Advance. So again, this will do just fine for what we do. And then that's kind of what we try to promote. As long as you build for the content that you play and you're just having fun is the most important thing. That is what is important. So again, captains, as you can see, we just try to have fun here in everything that we do. So like the video, comment below, let us know what you thought of this build, or let us know what type of theme builds that you do. And of course, subscribe here to YouTube Bridge, and of course, we will leave it on this note.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there,
Ooh, we have a friend.
you can make a difference.